Good afternoon and welcome to Woman Wednesdays with Tea Time with Afternoon Social. And today we have Randi Brown. She's with us again, but she was here Monday giving us a whole rundown of her story and her milestone of creating businesses while surviving and being a warrior for breast cancer. She's a coach and a jewelry designer. But today she's going to talk a little bit about keeping up the fight and how you stay strong with an amazing support system. And so I'm anxious to hear this story of who she is that is her greatest support, which we all need during these big times of change in our lives. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Randi, and good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, thanks for having me again. I really appreciate it. So what I have found about support systems is that sometimes they come into your life and you didn't even realize you needed them. So when I was initially diagnosed in 2016, I had some girlfriends that have been still by my side. Like we talk, if not 2, 3, 4 times a week, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. It just depends because we all have lives. But they have never swayed. They've been there. And so it amazes me when I thought that I had all the support I needed. And then 2.5 years ago, my brother came to me and said, "So you haven't been going to church for a while. How do you feel about church?" And I was like, I just haven't been going. Like, it kind of had a lot going on. And really, but I mean, I still believe in God, and I still have the same beliefs and faiths. And he said, so what does that mean? And I said, I mean, I know that you're going to church, so if you were to invite me, I would go. Like, I would sort of feel obligated to go, but if you invited me, I'd go. So then I then showed up. Like that conversation was on a Wednesday. On Saturday, he sent me a text message and said, "So we're going to pick you up for church tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay, I'll be ready." And I haven't looked back. The women that several of them I already knew, some of them I did not, but they have become the biggest support system. If I'm having a rough day, I can text them. They make me meals. Their husbands take off my trash. Like, these are the people that have been with me for the last several years that just are, I like to call them my family. They're the friends that became family. And without them, I don't know what I would do. And that's not to say that I don't have family that aren't also a part of that support system, because my mom, I don't know what I'd do without her. She takes me to appointments when I need help. She insists on having some time with me when she doesn't feel like she's seen me recently enough. She'll, "Why haven't you been to see me?" "Mom, I live a quarter of a mile away. Like, it's fine. I'll be there." And so it's, having that support system's been fantastic.
Right. And not only have you created businesses and all of that, you've done this and had to not only gone through illness, but also went through a divorce at the same time. So that in itself is a major struggle. And so
that was not easy.
Yeah. So what was the one thing that really kept you going during that time?
Well, I think my daughter was like the number one thing that definitely, making sure that she never felt like it was her fault, because it wasn't. Making sure that she knew that she just would have 2 homes that loved her deeply and completely, in a way that maybe we didn't before. And that this was something that was going to be ultimately for all of our good, that this was something that was going to help us heal and grow, even if we couldn't do that together. That was my desire, was that we would. And so having my daughter was definitely like the biggest thing that kept me going and pushed me to not give up myself. And so, and then getting diagnosed some 10-ish months after separation with metastatic breast cancer, definitely kind of took it to the next level again.
Right.
I feel like I'm always leveling up, like I'm playing Mario. It's like, ding, here's your next level. And I'm like, okay.
Let me off of here.
Right.
You're right.
Can I officially, like, no more mushrooms? Like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
can we just turn the game system off? Like, I need a break. So,
right. Now, your brick and mortar business is actually a collective of other artists, so you're not having to come up with product, just you. So that is,
right.
It's probably another big support system as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the artists in the collective they're fantastic between supporting me in my art and my desire, and even their support of my dream of the brick and mortar. Like, I feel like I'm the one that was like, this is what we need, and they were all like, seems like a really bad idea, and I was like, no, it's a great idea, like, let's do it. And then so their support of my dream for our collective, and then also just their support with, you know, whether it's, you know, advice parenting, because some of them have been through the teenage years and I'm entering them, and just support in if I need anything, whether they have all offered rides to the doctor or to come sit with me, and meals, and just the friendship is, yeah, definitely huge support.
Right. I guess scripture just came to mind about God. I can do all things through God that strengthens me. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like he's really sending you a lot of angels to help strengthen you through all this time. Is that?
Definitely. And I would say, you know, having them there reminds me that I do have the strength, and that I do have, even if I'm not feeling strong on a particular day, like they're there to give me that extra dose that I might need.
Right. And you mentioned about you had a friend that was with the church, or was a pastor that told you about. So you get to work in one with a pastor, and you got some great leadership, sounds like, in your life between that and your mother.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do have a lot of good, a good leadership team. Has actually had lunch with our senior pastor today and his wife and their 5 amazing children, and that was a lot of fun, and just having them there. And I can say, you know, this is kind of where I stand, and this is things that I'm struggling with, and having them support me, you know, whether it's with my health or with kind of just my faith, or even as a parent, like, this is the direction that I'd love to see my child go. What can I do to help encourage that, and the support and the advice, and just the love, and she sent me home with, like, salads for the next few days, and, like, you know, those moments, because I'll be completely honest, cooking is not on the top, like, it's not a priority. Like, I know I need to eat, but I just, like, I want to use that energy to do something else, make jewelry or work on plans or whatever. I would just, that's how I would prefer to spend my time. And so even that to let me make you a meal so that you don't have to worry about preparing something, and that is a huge support too.
Right. That takes literally a little bit off your plate.
Yes.
That's one less thing to have to do, and especially because you're a single mom, so that you don't have a husband there to make those meals or to help. So it's great to have that support system that will help you on that other half that you're missing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So now she's going to pass it on as a coach and a more of a peer-to-peer specialist, correct? Instead of
I don't feel like I'm, like, it's not like I'm coaching the team to, like, win at soccer. Like, this is me as a peer who's been through, I've been through the breast cancer journey into metastatic breast cancer, and then now, like, chronic pain and some chronic, you know, illness that I have associated with side effects from treatment. Like, these are things that I've experienced and that I've been through. And I believe that we go through things to walk with someone else. I remember I heard, I think it was Lisa Bevere one time said, I became the woman I needed when I needed someone in my younger days. And that's a terrible paraphrase of what she said, but it really struck me. Like, I'm going through things, whatever they are, and I've felt this way even before breast cancer, but that I go through things to go with someone else, even if it means, oh, you're just starting on your journey, let me pull you along a little bit, let me help you, let me walk with you. And so I just really been like mulling over and thinking about, like, how can I use this that seems so crappy and not fun, and how can I use this for good to support someone else?
And that, I think, that mindset comes from having a great support system. You want to pass that on, and it does help you keep that fight going of there is something good coming out of all of this.
Right.
You don't feel like it's the end of the road.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. That's an excellent way to put it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like we're getting a little close on our time here. And I don't know if you had another tip or advice or something special to share with the women.
So I would say, when it comes to your support system, one thing that I've learned is they're going to say, I'm available, use them. Don't hesitate to say, I need a little support. I need a little help today. Today I'm feeling tired. And if you are looking for a way to be supportive to a woman in your life who might be going through a particularly hard season, I would say just show up. If you walk in and the trash needs to be taken out, or the floor needs to be swept, or the toilet needs to be cleaned, just do them. Don't ask. If you need to ask for the broom, then ask for the broom, but just do it and just support them. Or if you're not sure how to do that, make a meal and take it. Those are probably the most, tangible, small things that make a huge impact.
That's great advice for people. A lot of times they're lost as to how to help, and they don't want to upset you anymore and don't know what to say. And sometimes just being silent, like you said, just showing up and doing something is enough.
Absolutely.
So, well, thank you so much for joining us this week on Milestone Mondays and Woman to Woman Wednesday. Be sure to check out that other video. And I will have all of her contact information, as I said before, available on the post with this video. And we'll probably check in with Randi again later on. So thanks a lot for joining us, Randi. And it was great talking with you.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye-bye.